Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I'm here with Mega. She's just taking a little nap. We want to thank you guys for being here with us on the channel. Thanks for subscribing and liking the videos. Thanks for your beautiful comments. And of course, shout out to the Mega crew over on Patreon, okay? I want to share another reading around what the Divine Masculines want to communicate at this time. I feel like they're holding back so much. Many of them know that they're holding back. I feel like it's because... Hi. You okay? Yeah, I feel like the masculines are holding back, guys, because it's like no matter what they say, it's not going to be good enough. They might be feeling really regretful at this time. They're trying to reach out, they're trying to communicate. I'm sensing with this reading that there's many of you who are in communication with your divine masculine, but it's very slow to start because the divine feminine may be very cautious at this time. And not in a bad way. I feel like it is just out of self-preservation is what I'm hearing. Many of you aren't prepared to exhaust your energy on things that or maybe can foresee that can be heavier. It might cause towers. So that's for many of your masculines who, like they're impulsive. I feel like they want to come in with communication, and many of you sense that they're not ready because the communication will seem off or awkward, or the divine feminine might find herself just being very blunt or short with her masculine. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the deck in half and see what your masculine wants to communicate. Okay, so I'm a new person because of you. Finances and career is coming up, as well as their family doesn't like that you're married or have kids. Okay, and maybe that's why finances are coming up here along with career. And this is because I feel like a lot of your masculines are, like, I see a lot of them, the reason they're feeling so regretful is because, like, energy like this, right? Like, I feel like they might have allowed themselves to be, swayed. She's so cute, oh my god. They might have allowed themselves to be swayed in a different direction, or they might have gone back to old karmic situations because of family as well, guys. I'm hearing that some of you have divine masculines who are in karmic situations because, like, their family has a lot to do with this relationship as well, or maybe like the karmic person might seek counsel in the family members and they kind of force them back together, or there's just a lot of heavy influence here when it comes to family because this card here is coming out. But we also have that your divine masculine feels like a new person because of you. They might be standing up for themselves. I hear too, a lot of your masculines are receiving signs that, they can't deny it. They might be receiving really odd or strange symbols or synchronicity when it comes to you specifically, divine feminine, seeing your name in strange places, randomly bumping into you in the same places, and it's like they can't deny it. They feel like somehow they're always attracted back to you. And I feel like when you guys do have these weird synchronicities of either like bumping into each other, communicating with each other, it's like all of these old feelings come flooding in again. Right now, I feel like many of your masculines are going to be working on their finances to free themselves from this type of energy here. Okay, so what type of actions are your masculines planning on taking? Okay, I have the Magician coming through as a major arcana. Some of the actions that they might be taking, it has a lot to do with taking risks. Okay, because I feel like the energy of the Magician as well, it's like when you meet the magician on the ascension path, it's like you start believing that you are in control, okay? And that's why I feel like this person now is ready to use their powers. Now they're ready to use their abilities or tap into their abilities. And this might be because, again, they're receiving like these very strange synchronicities that they're legitimately on this twin flame journey with you, divine feminine. And I think in the past too, many of them thought it was weird. Like if you guys did mention twin flames to your counterpart, they thought it might have been like weird or lame. It might have turned them off from the connection. They might have viewed you in a certain way. But I feel like after receiving the types of synchronicities that they've received so far, you know, I see a divine masculine going like, man, is this thing really for real? Like, is this legit? And so now they're starting to test the waters in terms of backtracking on conversations that you both might have had in the past on how to manifest things. I feel like many of your masculines are kind of scratching their head going like, okay, I need to kind of like hermit myself, lock myself away, and I need to start practicing some of these things that me and my divine feminine have discussed in the past. Okay, I feel like a lot of them are getting serious about finances and career because they don't want to be in stagnant careers anymore. And something about the karmic situations, it could even be family as well, kind of forcing them to stay put in these situations. But I feel like what their family members don't know and what the divine feminine is bringing out of them is that they don't really want to be with this karmic person because they don't seem to grow or go anywhere, or they find themselves getting older in life, but maybe they're not progressing in the way that they want to. Maybe they had certain dreams or goals for themselves, and the longer they stay with this karmic person, the more stagnant their goals and dreams become, or the more out of touch is what I'm hearing they feel with their goals and dreams. But then there's the connection with the divine feminine, and for some reason, like being around you or communicating with you or wanting a new start with you, it's making this divine masculine tap into their magician energy. And I feel like it's also making them see just how much they're like you. Like in the past, I feel like they weren't able to see it, but there was some kind of separation here, and I feel like they really watched you transform. Like I find that what I'm seeing, or what I'm trying to put into words here, is that there's been some kind of separation between you two, and instead of chasing after this divine masculine, divine feminine, you really went off and you began to work on yourself. We have the Empress as a major arcana with this energy here. Some of you might be mothers as well, and this is another thing that's been coming up, especially in my Patreon community. I feel like there's been several messages around things coming up with your children, and like wanting to be like a good parent or a better parent or a strong parent, really wanting to, put that emphasis or that focus, and take it away from your masculine, for example, and really step into the energy of creation and being very fertile. Just taking care of business is what I'm getting, and being very successful at it as well. And this is what your divine masculine is attracted to. And that's why he is kind of tapping into this magician energy, because I feel like they're seeing that this is real. Like, first of all, they had to watch your transformation. Okay. And that was a huge sign as well. Because I feel there's somehow, okay, what I'm getting is that, and many of you, maybe you realize this or maybe you don't, but the way you've been abundant, your divine masculine secretly, they want that drive that you have. Some of you might be tarot readers in the community. You have a great following. Some of you might have social media platforms outside of tarot. For example, it could be like makeup, hair, vlogging, for example, like whatever it is. And it could even be in like the corporate world where you're doing very well for yourself. You're very ambitious, and I feel like secretly this divine masculine wants that, and they haven't had it ever since they've been with this karmic person, and ever since they've been listening to the influence of like certain family members who think that they know what's best for your divine masculine. But I feel like through this magician energy, it's like your masculines are finally standing up and saying, no, like I know what's best for me. And what I know is that I need to start balancing my finances, but it needs to be with like the right career. And that's why I was saying in the previous reading, that a lot of your masculines are, they don't want to be in like stagnant, again, situations when it comes to jobs. And it has something to do with watching you, Divine Feminine. You're doing something interesting. You could be in the public eye. I'm also hearing you make it seem so easy, which is why they're tapping into this magician energy, because I feel like a lot of your masculines are like, she's doing some kind of magic behind the scenes. Like, how the hell is she doing this? Like, how the hell is she getting all of this success and abundance? And I feel like, it comes from making that choice, Divine Feminine. A lot of you chose to focus on your pentacles and be of service, even more so. And that's why you're being rewarded, because I feel like there's some of you out there in the tarot community, and you guys really put your heart and soul into your readings. There's a lot of you that stay up late at night as well. Like, you work around the clock to put these messages out. And it's like, Spirit has blessed you in a way where you don't have to worry about your divine masculine anymore. And a lot of you are going through a period of time where you're experiencing your success and abundance, and your masculines are feeling a lot of deep regret and remorse over the decisions that they've made, and more so even allowing these people to have that much influence over their life, and again over their decisions, right? Because I feel like a lot of masculines saw you in this position here, your Two of Pentacles. It's like, holy shit, all hell is breaking loose with this connection with the masculine. And many of you chose to step back, and the decision that you made was to go after your pentacles. Many of you started out of nowhere. The minute you decided to let go and really put your focus into your pentacles, that's when all of these crazy opportunities started happening for you. That's when many of you had your breakthroughs with like the YouTube algorithm, and like you started getting all of these views, and like, I feel like a lot of effort was put into that. Okay. I feel like this reading is probably meant for a lot of you who are readers in the community. And it's like, you guys just, smile at the universe, sometimes when certain things happen in your connection. But, anyways, guys, this is what the masculine admires about you right now. I feel like that's what they secretly are attracted to, is like they want to be like you in some way, like there's certain qualities about you, both masculine and feminine qualities within you, Divine Feminine, because like I've mentioned in past readings, many of you are striving for temperance, because you're starting to see the more you ascend on the journey, that's the ideal place that you want to be in, is temperance, right? Many people might say, no, the Empress, but, I feel like temperance is very important. Balance is very important as well. But at this moment, many masculines see you as very abundant and fruitful. And it's like you're earning a lot of money, but it's like not in this masculine way. It's like in this beautiful, magical way. It's all coming to you. You're not really chasing after it, right? And this, again, is for those of you in the community where your masculines think that you just make it look so easy. It's like your life's work, has a lot to do with just sharing yourself, maybe in the past as well. I feel too like a lot of you in the past knew that this was part of your mission somehow, but somewhere along the line, you might have strayed from that, and you might have gotten into doing like, part-time jobs, jobs here and there, but you were always butting heads in your workplace, and you were always meant to follow your dreams here. And many of your masculines wanted that drive. We also have the Two of Wands here coming through. This is the turning point for a lot of your masculines here. I feel like this is somebody who's in control. Okay, the Two of Pentacles says, I'm gonna step up here, and I'm gonna make a decision, and I'm gonna create a foundation for myself. I'm going to secure myself. And that's what your masculines find so sexy within you, because maybe when they first approached you, the reason they might have listened to family and friends is because you didn't have enough, right? Maybe you didn't have a lot to bring to the table. A lot of you were in situations where you were married to another person, you had kids, and that's why this card is coming up here, because maybe the masculine's family was like, what are you going to do with somebody who has kids? You know, maybe your masculine didn't have kids. You know, because I'm sensing that somehow, like, this masculine might have brought up how they felt about you to people closest to them, and it's like all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, no, like, no way, like, you can't go into that connection with this person, or somehow you just didn't fit into their world. But the strange thing is that I feel like after you got that initial feeling of feeling like you didn't belong to your divine masculine's world, you went off and you did the exact thing that many of your masculines have always wanted to do, which is like be self-made. Okay, so this is a reading for like a specific group of you, but that's what I'm picking up on. It's like, you know, whatever you're doing, divine feminine, you know, you've created a lot of success and you've done it from like the ground up, is what I'm picking up on. And now your masculines have a decision to make. And the decision that they're making is to, yes, balance their career and finances, but do it from a place of, you know, being the magician and manifesting and making things happen, and being of service, so that way you can create balance and attract the abundance, right? Like, many of your masculines are learning a lot of lessons about giving. You know, I feel like that's something that they're not used to doing. It's like all they want to do is earn money, right? But they don't ever want to share those resources, or they don't ever want to give. And that's something that's being balanced for many of them as well, because they look at you very closely and they see you as very abundant and very giving, and very giving of your time and your energy and even your pentacles, divine feminine. And it's something that they really admire about you. Like, your drive and your ambition is very sexy to this divine masculine. And I feel like when you got into that place of, you know, stepping up to the plate and needing that ambition and drive to maybe balance your finances and, you know, get yourself standing on your own 2 feet, you were really in masculine energy. And when your masculine saw you go into that energy, I feel like somehow they switched to feminine energy, but feminine energy that's not balanced, right? It's like you kind of brought out how maybe they weren't so independent, or, you know, they weren't going after their dreams, or they're not earning as much money as they secretly want to. They're not living the lifestyle that they secretly want to. And you, divine feminine, might know your masculine to a T and know that they're just like you when you two come to like being passionate and ambitious and wanting to experience the finer things in life, yes, but also to have those resources to be able to be of service and to give back to others. I feel like that's a big passion of your masculines, and it's been stagnant for the longest while. And they're starting to wake up now and realize that it's stagnant because they're surrounded by people who are still very much 3D. And those same people tried to convince them that maybe you weren't worthy. And I feel like a lot of divine feminines were like, I'm not worthy? Okay, all right. You guys will find out. You'll find out, bro. And, you know, many of you did the exact thing, again, that your masculines have always wanted to do. Especially in terms of like success and, again, being self-made, okay? They definitely see you as like the empress, but I feel like the path that you took to get there was like, you know, really balancing your divine masculine energies, just jumping into it and taking control of your life, you know, taking back control of your life. And, you know, now that that is over, many of you are just kind of really sitting in this fruitful, abundant place. And it's like driving your masculines crazy because, again, that's what temperance looks like. It's very sexy. It's not just feminine energy, damsel in distress. I need to come in and, you know, take control. And it's like, no, this person is quite balanced, so much to the point where it is very inspiring to your masculines. And that's a wild energy, right? It's like, it's crazy to be attracted to someone who is like your ultimate person. Like, I feel your masculine thinks that you're not only like sexy and like sensual and beautiful and like they want to make love to you, but it's like there's this other wild side of you that's like a go-getter, and you're ambitious and you know how to make money, and you're smart and you're witty and you're funny and you know how to carry yourself. You know, it's like it's a lot of your masculines in the past, like they ghosted you for this very reason, because it's like once that insecurity starts bubbling up, it's like they don't know what the heck is going to come out of their mouth, and then they start second guessing things. And So many of them have had to take time off to, again, balance their masculine energy and feminine energy before really making a proper solid offer or coming toward you, divine feminine. Because again, when you communicate with them, and again, a lot of you have done that inner work to create that balance within yourself. So when you communicate with them, the energy is big. It's a lot for them to deal with. So this time around, they're going to really be honing in on this magician energy so that they can kind of keep up with the vibration that you're sending out when you both communicate. Okay? So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful. Check me out on Patreon if you guys want to get into, deeper readings behind the scenes. I would love to have you as part of the community. There's also access to one-on-one messaging with me. So if you ever just, need to shoot me a quick question or just get that support on the journey that we all need sometimes, I am there for you. Okay? Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next reading. All right? Take care, guys. Bye.